I'm Dr. Joshua Jessel, and I'm a professor at Queens College in New York City. I'm also the chair of the Student Activities Committee of NYSABA, and I'm here to host this interview. For those of you who don't know, NYSABA has a program for students supported by local companies such as Comprehensive Behavior Support and Proud Moments ABA. As ambassadors, students are expected to work with various committees to help disseminate and grow the field of behavior analysis in New York and abroad. They also get a nice award for their contributions, so do look into applying if you are a student. And let's start by having each of you introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tess Fruchtman. I am a graduate student at Queens College studying applied behavior analysis. I am also a behavior therapist for Long Island ABA, and I am in Dr. Jessel's lab on campus, where we focus on research about functional analyses and severe challenging behavior.
Wonderful. Mackenzie, you're up.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mackenzie Jakewith. I'm currently in Damon College, is online program for BCBAs becoming New York State LBAs. And right now I'm in the Rochester and Syracuse area working with Proud Moment.
So let's get right into the questions. Number one, what does behavior analysis mean to you? And go ahead, Tess.
Yeah, so behavior analysis to me, why I got involved in the field is it's used to treat severe challenging behaviors. That's what attracted me to it. But it's also science that helps us understand why we behave the way that we do. It fosters independence, and it teaches appropriate communication. And I think it's such a great science because any child, any adult can improve their lives if they're open to learning the skills to do so.
Excellent. Mackenzie, what do you want to add?
For me, it's about, using scientifically proven and evidence-based practices to help individuals overcome behaviors that threaten their safety or that could result in severe injury or death.
Yeah, I think you all hit on excellent points. Behavior analysis is all around us. The principles are guiding our behavior at every moment, regardless of who or what we are. And as professionals, it's good for us to take that activist approach to behavior analysis, ensuring that what we're doing is for global change, greater good. Okay, so let's get into that second question. How did you first hear about behavior analysis? And Mackenzie, why don't you start us off?
Okay. As others say in this field, I kind of stumbled into it, and then I never left. I was placed with a family that had 3 children that were diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder for what I thought was respite care, or what I knew of as babysitting at the time. Needless to say, I was mistaken, and I was able to see the progress that an untrained individual made a difference in a life. And then through the science and through the training, I got to see how much difference you could make through it. So, I mean, that was beyond priceless.
Tess?
Yeah, so I don't have an exact moment. I think it was more of a journey. I was a camp counselor to autistic children for 8 summers. This would be my first summer not returning. And as the summers went on, I kind of found myself gravitating towards the kids who needed some extra support, who had challenging behaviors, and my supervisor encouraged me to check out ABA. And after an afternoon of lots of Google searching, I found what I wanted to do. And next semester, I changed my major to psychology. I enrolled in the one class offered to undergraduate students related to ABA that was taught by Dr. Sheila Albert Morgan. And I started an internship at a school that used behavior analytic approach in their classrooms. So I think all of those combined experiences got me to where I am today.
Yeah, that seems to be a common theme, that sort of autism combined with ABA. And we often get those experiences, and ABA kind of is a science and it's interesting for us, but for me at least, it's that heart of the science that kept me going. It's meeting those kids with autism and falling in love with them and wanting to help them. Talk to me about some of your experiences as master's students that stick out to you.
The most powerful experience that I had was after 2 years working in intensive ABA clinical setting with a child, watching a child hug his father for the first time in 6 years and utter the words, "Bye, Dad, see you Monday," and look at him in the eyes with his arms around his neck. And then having the dad look up at me with tears in his eyes because we both just realized he recognized that it was Friday. He was going to mom's for the weekend. And it was just this amazing breakthrough. And just to see that connection between the two was so powerful to me. And it was just one of those moments where you've seen all of those principles play out.
The first experience overall would be presenting a poster at the ABAI convention this past month. Although virtual, it was still a great opportunity. It was an honor to, present what we've been working on this past year. And it was really cool to check out what other students are working on. So much great research out there, of course. And then second, lobbying with NYSABA to lift the scope restriction was a really great experience. And I'm proud to say that Queens College students specifically worked unbelievably hard that week to attend meetings and to gather resources to prove why the scope restriction should be lifted. And I'm just really proud to say I was a part of that.
Which it recently was voted on and passed the House and Senate local.
Yep.
So we're just waiting on Governor Cuomo. If you ever listen to this, first of all, thanks for listening. Second of all, yeah, get your pen out and sign that document. Okay. Now you two are a little bit more experienced, so you might be able to provide some advice to other master's students or students who are looking to become master's students in ABA. So do you have any advice for them?
For sure. I advise those who are interested in a program to get started in the field as soon as you can, prior to the program, if you can. I think that's a big thing. Having that knowledge is going to help you in your coursework. You're going to make the most out of your supervised experience. You don't need to learn the basics, you already know it. So that's one. And then I highly encourage students to get involved with on-campus research. I chose my program based on the research going on campus. I encourage others to see what professors are up to. It's a great way to get to know faculty, and it's a great way to expand your knowledge in behavior analysis.
Nice. Mackenzie?
So it sounds like we are kind of going in the same direction, but we've had different experiences, I think. So my answers are a little bit different than yours. But first, I think I would advise anyone who's just kind of thrown into the field and has never heard of it before, but fell in love with it, do your research. Figure out what's actually out there and what your actual options are. Don't just settle because you don't know what's out there. Find those amazing people that can educate you and mentor you and just learn from them, absorb their knowledge. Don't be afraid to reach out to others through social networking and other ways if you have no other way of communicating. And then kind of in the same area of where you were coming from, Tess, I said, always gain experience in an ABA attentive behavioral setting before you graduate. It is so important because it's there that you're going to learn how to improve your fluency of your skills and how to see the most variety of the behavioral interventions that you're learning, and you'll be able to just tie the two together, and that's where it just makes the most of your learning.
Where do you see the field of behavior analysis going in 30 years?
I would like to see this field widely accepted and just applied everywhere. I can see it being used in so many different ways. I can see our field discovering new ways to replicate older proven interventions with different cultures, taking into consideration, with the research. So re-researching, basically taking into consideration all those things that we're now dealing with here in the present. I also think that this field is headed in a direction that can be used multicultural, worldwide, and across all areas of life if we choose to be. And through proper dissemination of our field, in 30 years, our field could just be everywhere and improve everything, from the way things, from the way an employee gets to work on time to the way a child stays safe for the day.
So moving on, since you are ambassadors, let's talk about that. You're only going to be ambassadors for a year, but there's still a lot you can accomplish, and each of these goals that we do accomplish, they build up, and in 30 years, it's all your hard work that's going into it. So how do you think we can adapt and improve the dissemination of our field in the 21st century?
I think what we could do off the bat is make our research a little bit more user-friendly. We are a science. We're not just playing with cute little kids. And we have great articles out there. However, we can't expect everyday people to just pull up Java and look at an article.
Sure.
So I think making it simpler and putting that out there, through social media. So if we could put our science there in an appropriate way, and, through collaboration too. I also think that's something we could work on. And when we choose to collaborate is when we are going to stay relevant and create success.
Thank you very much. And I hope everyone will be hearing from all your work as ambassadors at NYSABA in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.